Hi again, everyone. This is Caroline with Expat Interviews, Thriving Abroad, where I get the honor of traveling all over the world by way of video and just meeting with the most amazing, awesome, fearless, beautiful people that are thriving and doing amazing things all over the globe. And today it is so exciting to talk with this young lady who, wow, she's going to blow you away when you hear her story. This is Michelle. Thank you for joining me, Michelle. It's such an honor to have you and have you share your story. And I'm not quite sure where we begin because your story begins, you were born in what country?
In Italy, in Torino, from Italy.
You are Italian.
Yes, born and raised.
Wow. Okay. And so you're Italian. Let's just get into that first of all. How, until what age were you living in Italy?
So from birth until the age of 18, so until graduation from high school.
Okay. And your family is originally from?
From Central Africa, from Cameroon. Yay.
Hey, of course, from
my
Cameroon. Okay.
and
So
my dad
you,
moved in Italy,
uh,
in 1966. Yes, so I've been there for a long time.
now did your family move? Were they diplomats or they just wanted a different life?
Not at all. Actually, my dad moved on a scholarship to Italy when he was 16. It was supposed to go, I don't know the English term, when you go to, let's say, school to become a priest. That didn't
Seminary.
work. Yes, for seminary, it's the same word. Well, I'm here, so that definitely didn't work out,
Yeah,
but
I was going to say there was a little problem
yes.
there.
But he
He
then
had a
decided,
detour on the way there.
yes. And you just stayed there and went to school, university, and all of that. So yeah.
Wow. And so he met your mom in Italy also?
No, actually, my mom went to school with my mom and her siblings went to school with my dad's siblings. So my family already knew each other back in Cameroon. So he just went back to travel and he just met my mom
Ah, so
and
that's
that.
how it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad it happened.
I'm
We
glad as
really need to
well.
talk. So, okay, so tell us a little bit, just a little bit about growing up Black in Italy. I know I've had some other guests before that have had the experience, but what was it like for you?
Okay, so Black in Italy. There's a big discussion. Black African in Italy, I might add, because I've talked with other expat, mainly American expat. The experience was a little bit different because I do believe that the Americanness plays some part in experience. So growing up Black in Italy until middle school, my friend and I, we kind of have the same experience. It's fine. That's when people start realizing that you're Black, and that's where trouble start. Let's say. Uh, Racism, lack of representation, incredibly lack of representation. Our representation still to this day is probably like American TV shows. So the controversial now Cosby Show, all the other TV shows, we grew up on that. And in Italian television, we didn't see ourselves much. Um, so it was nice and not so nice. That's also one of the reasons why I decided to move to France. Not that it's racism free, but it's different. At least you see more people of color or Black people in different position, professional also roles, which helps a lot with self esteem and try to project yourself onto one different professional trajectories. So yes.
So, did you feel growing up in Italy that you were African first and Italian after? I mean, what was your true identity growing up?
Growing up, I think that my parents were really in touch with their identity, really proud in a way. So it definitely helped me, even in terms like not just the Cameroonian background, even the skin colors. Then now self hate going on. So for me, it was fine. This in terms of me with myself, within myself. So I knew I was my skin was brown and my friends were white or whatever. But it's not a problem. It's like, okay, I'm brown, you're white, so what?
Well,
I'm
that, yeah,
Comedian,
that's
so what?
interesting. Yeah,
So it
interesting.
came, yes, it came mostly from other people, but like I said, it started in around middle school. Because in when I was younger, nobody really cared. People were happy to try food from my home country in Cameroon, but we also I was raised both in a way. A lot of Cameroonian values, black values, I would love to say, parenting, and with different elements of Italian culture, mainly the language. I grew up speaking Italian at home, and the food as well. So I was really Cameroonian, black, and Italian, and yes, so that's
It's interesting that you say that, and it's nice to hear that because I also am the child of immigrants. You know, my both of my parents were born outside of the US and they moved there. And what you say is true. You know, they keep the culture, they kept the culture. And so you do have kind of like a dual culture at home. Your true parents' culture, but when you step outside, then you become this other culture. So
yes.
it's very interesting. It's like there must be a word for it. We're not really third culture kids, but there's got to be an interesting term for that. Okay, so here you are, and you're 18. And did you decide to just jet set all over the world? What was your next move?
Yes. So another thing that I have to thank yet again my parents for is that we were really big on two things: saving. That was a big thing at home. Savings. Not dress to impress or just spend money to impress other people. And the other thing was culture in the way would be books or traveling. So anytime we had some money left from the savings and all of that, we would go to traveling. And so I traveled quite, let's say, a lot when I was younger. So I knew that I wanted after high school to go somewhere else and eventually come back to Italy. Never, I didn't know at the time. So I said, okay, let me start with France, which is, right across the border. And so I moved to France, and I stayed in France for 4 years first. And then on my last year of my bachelor degree, I moved to the US. So, because I wanted to see another continent. So, say,
Sure, sure.
let's move to
Now,
the US.
you spoke French at home?
With my parents, not really. I know, but my mom spoke French. It was trouble for us because it was not a good sign. So we did something wrong. So she spoke French, or with family members because the common language for all the family language, well, immigrants all over the world is French. So I understood French, but didn't speak it first. I mean, when I was 18.
Okay. And all right, so you're in France. How was that experience?
Great, actually great. First of all, because I mean, I was alone, so I moved to another country, 18, my apartment, all of that. I was really excited. I was really excited, and also the diversity in France, which is crazy when you think about it. Because, like I said, I mean, I told you before, my hometown in Italy and my hometown in France are like 3 hours and a half drive. So it's not that far in a way, but the system and the population is completely different. I moved to like student town, you can say, a student city.
Mhm.
So a lot of students there, and a lot of different ethnicity. Friends, it's really mixed in a way. So people from the French Caribbean, people from French-speaking African countries, Sub-Saharan, North African, people from Eastern Europe, people from originally from Portugal, Spain. So it was a mix, a really great mix. So for me, it was amazing. It was amazing. In my own friend group, with different ethnicity as well. Most of us were of African descent, but also Asian descent. So it was really nice to see this.
So you got a full cultural experience in
Yes,
France.
yes. And representation also is really important. In France, I've not as much. I think they could, but still, even just to go to, I don't know, the bank and to the doctor's office, and you see all these Black professionals. It's, for me as an 18 years old, was amazing to see.
I bet, I bet. So, so you're in France and you love France, and you're meeting all these people, and now you find yourself in Romania.
Yes, yes. So how, yeah, how did I go from France to Romania? Um, okay. So, like I said, I moved to France. Then I spent 1 year abroad in studying at UT Austin. Then I moved back to France. Then I moved for my grad degree, my first year, my graduate degree in Brazil. And then I moved back to France. And I knew that I wanted to gain not a professional experience. So I was looking actually to go back to Brazil or Argentina, or staying in Europe, in Belgium. So I knew I wanted to work for the company that I'm working right now sorry. And but my profile fit best with the profile they were looking for in Romania, so I applied for the job in Romania, and that's why I'm here. So it wasn't my plan originally to to land here in Romania. I was looking for something more exotic, let's say, but I landed here in Romania. So yes, it's different.
And how has it been for you? How long have you been there?
So I've been there for almost 7 months. Almost 7 months now. Another culture shock, I would say, because in France, I was, in the meantime, I moved to the Paris area. And if someone ever been to Paris, again, diversity is the the main word to describe Paris, which is not the same thing for Romania. So I could go. I haven't, for example, here in Romania, I haven't seen a Black person over a month, which is may not be shocking for some people, but for me, like, coming from Paris, it is. But
Are they friendly though?
yes, this is what those one say. Yes, people are actually nice. Okay, one thing is they really don't. They mind their business, so they're not in your business, which I appreciate. Honestly, I really appreciate it. But when you see that you're struggling with something, especially if you try to make a little effort to speak the language, they're really like nice and open, like really, really nice. So for me, I'm like, it's okay. It's really nice.
So you're in Romania for work, right?
Yeah, yes, for work.
You work for a company. Is it a big company?
Huge company, actually. Yes, a big company, a big retailer, Carrefour, which is like offices in all over the globe, besides North America, not in North America, but yes. So, and pretty much everyone in the company speak English, or French. So yeah, it's
So you could fit right in either one.
yes, which is good, I guess.
So, comparing Romania to, say, Italy with Italian food, Italian culture, are there any similarities at all for you?
Definitely not the food. I'm really, become a really proud Italian when they start talking about food. I'm really proud of Italian food. This was another culture shock. No, so German food, no. Maybe language a little bit, like a little bit. There's some similarities because they're both Latin languages. Um, Maybe the way they interact with family, like the culture of family culture is very similar to Italian family culture. So I got that. And yeah, besides that, that's it. Yeah.
So, in the time that you've been there, uh, can you say that you have adapted pretty well to that culture? So, for example, if I said, Michelle, I want to come to Romania to live or to spend some time, what are some things that maybe are there things that I would really have to get accustomed to, or could I just slip right into the culture without too much, besides the language, of course?
Yes, yes.
Of course.
Okay, the first thing I will say, this the I mean, if I'm speaking like with you, a black person, a person of Afghanistan, is yeah, do not expect to see a lot of us here. Probably will see more, not in Bucharest, as at least. A lot of people of different ethnicity are in Cluj, because a lot of students here, especially from other parts of Europe, because in medicine and pharmacy school. So yes, because it's they're great education, but it's also easier to get into. But the
And
standard
right,
of
yeah.
the education the same, so it's not like a lesser degree or anything. So a lot of people in Cluj, so there's a lot more diversity in Cluj. What else? Honestly, as moving to Romania is pretty easy. Like I said, people are nice. They mind their business, so the only
Transportation, is it easy to get around?
yes. As I mean, I can speak for the capital for Bucharest. It's pretty easy from the subway to the metro. The driving could be a little bit shocking for some people, but people don't know how to drive either in Italy, so I'm used to it, so it's fine. Somebody from New York, I think, will be fine, or from Texas will be fine here. And yes, honestly, I think it's a great country to move to.
Have you met any Americans there?
Yes, I actually did through a friend of mine, a coworker. She's French, but she loves us. I don't know why. She knows a lot of Americans here. There are actually a lot of Americans in Romania, mainly working for the defense department. So a lot of people are here in Bucharest. Big community. So I just met one girl. She's from started in the army, and now she's moved here. She's been here for like 2 years, 2 to 3 years now. And from what I'm seeing, Americans love Romania.
They love
I
Romania. Yeah.
yes,
I heard
especially
the
the
internet is the best in Europe there.
yes. It's a good thing if you work from home, especially. Honestly, I haven't had any problem with the internet. Actually, has been the fastest I've seen.
So it would be great for digital nomads then.
Yes, really great for digital nomads, and also there's a really beautiful scenery all across the country. But now with COVID, is a little bit different with travel. But for example, I wouldn't necessarily recommend Bucharest because I mean it's the capital, you have everything, but it's not necessarily the most beautiful city in Romania. There are a lot of beautiful cities. You have the mountains, so you can go skiing. You have the sea. Yeah, honestly, you have everything in Romania. So I think you'll find your, in French, you say you'll find your bonheur, your happiness here. And yes. And also pretty, I mean, besides Bucharest and Cluj were the most expensive cities in terms of rent, it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap country.
Okay, so you would say that it's very cost effective to live there. I mean, you don't need a big bank account to live
No,
comfortable.
no, 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 no. And this is a way, for example, because there really like a different level of accommodation, but still like a nice level for different pockets, as we say. So yeah, it's pretty cost effective. See.
So you are I guess we could say that you're already a seasoned traveler because you've been doing it since you were a young woman. And what I always like to ask my guests for advice for others that may be, watching and are looking for some inspiration, for some motivation to step out of their comfort zone and go to another country. Do you have a bit of advice for them, for someone who may have some fears or concerns about going to Romania or Italy or France or other countries?
Uh, hmm. I think that okay. The first thing is to be open-minded. Um, Even when the people in front of you isn't, the person in front of you isn't. Try to stay open-minded. Try to, at least at the beginning, if you're trying, I mean, the difference between traveling and moving to another country.
Absolutely, of course.
That if you're trying to move to another country, I say like be open-minded. At first, try to just maybe just walk around and see how people act in a way. Because different countries, yeah, even just the posture, people, how the way people walk, or maybe walk, or people speak, even just the non-verbal, language is, I think, is
Yep.
important. So I try to just, I don't know, take like a few days or a week to just get all of that in. And what else? Um, Language, even just that, if it cannot like be I mean, you will not become fluent in like 3 months or whatever, but even just the basic language,
To
not,
communicate,
yeah,
right?
to
Yeah.
communicate. And even if you're not able to go into like a deeper conversation, people are, I think, friendlier and more receptive to you if you see that you make an effort. They probably speak English. Most people speak a little bit English, but if you try, at least try to, at the beginning of the sentence, to put some
Sure.
words. That's how I do. That's how I do. I try to put
Sure.
some
It
words.
motivates them a little bit. Yeah,
Yes,
I get it.
yes,
I get it.
yes, yes.
So you
Mm.
have a blog that you started recently about your expat life.
Yes, it started. Okay, it started as a food and travel blog, but due to COVID, the travel part is, stand by. So it's mainly food right now. So yeah, can I get the name? Can I give the name of the website?
Yes, of course. And we're going to put a link below, of course.
Okay. So you can find me on the blog or in Instagram. It's the same name. It's La Vie Bami. So it's LAVIEBAMI. So it translates from French is Life by Me, but also Life by Me is actually the nickname of my ethnic group in Cameroon. So it comes with the
Oh,
wordplay.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. I like that. I like that. Well, Michelle, I could talk to you for hours. You have such an amazing story. I am so excited to have an opportunity to talk with you. You are just a fearless, amazing young woman. And I wish you lots and lots of good times, lots of blessings for the future, wherever your feet take you in this life. I know
Thank you.
you're gonna be a success and have a good life. And it's nice to see you thriving abroad.
Thank you. I hope the same for you as well.
And I hope everyone will check out your blog. And can we reach you on Facebook for anyone that might have questions?
Yes,
Um,
yes, of course.
okay, we'll make sure that we leave your link below. Thank you so much again. Merci beaucoup.
De rien.
Take care.